absolutely gorgeous day all across the region. We saw plenty of sunshine, temperatures in the 60s, 70s, and yes, low 80s. Right now we're in the 60s and the lower 70s, 72 in Roanoke, 65 in Danville, 66 in Blacksburg. Feeling great out there, low humidity levels. We do have a few passing clouds out there. That is going to be the case as we continue into the overnight hours, but it's going to be a pretty mild start to the day on Thursday. Temperatures, though, heating up into the 70s and lower 80s. We're tracking shower and thunderstorm chances for Friday, though. 10 News at 11 starts now.
Live from WSLS, this is 10 News at 11, working for you.
That's the sound of success for the latest mountain biking trail in the Star City. Meet the team of volunteers who came together to make the trail a reality.
The latest threat against Columbine High reopens old wounds.
And I'm always inspired by this community's capacity, resilience and capacity for good in the face of unimaginable evil.
Tonight, we're hearing from the man who sold a gun and ammunition to the woman who police say made those threats.
But first, we're expected to get a better look at a report that many have been waiting 2 years to see.
We are now just hours away from the expected release of special counsel Robert Mueller's redacted report.
The White House and President Trump's lawyers are planning their response. Meanwhile, Democrats are starting their fight to see more. Blaine Alexander is at the White House with the countdown nearly 2 years in the making.
For a third straight day, President Trump's legal team hunkered down, prepping for the release of special counsel Robert Mueller's nearly 400-page redacted Russia report, expected tomorrow morning, handed over by Attorney General William Barr, who will hold a news conference tomorrow with his deputy, Rod Rosenstein. Tonight, the New York Times is reporting the president's attorneys have had numerous conversations with Justice Department officials in recent days about Mueller's conclusions, talks that have helped the president's team plan their rebuttal.
You do not brief the White House on criminal investigations before that information is public, let alone a criminal investigation into the president himself.
According to a new court filing, some members of Congress will see a different version of Mueller's report with fewer redactions, that one available only for limited members and staff. But tonight, some Democrats upset that Congress will not receive a hard copy of the report until more than an hour after Barr's news conference. From the White House,
we're going to read the Mueller report like everyone else is going to read the Mueller report.
For weeks, Barr has been working with members of Mueller's team to redact information that could compromise ongoing investigations or expose intelligence sources, among other reasons. But that's not good enough for Democrats, who are fighting to see every word.
We are ready to take the necessary steps if we don't get the information that we have requested.
Those steps include issuing subpoenas for the full report, something already authorized by the House Judiciary Committee and could come as early as Friday. And a new poll from the Associated Press shows 6 out of 10 Americans do believe President Trump obstructed justice, and they want Congress to keep investigating. Blaine Alexander, NBC News, the White House.
New at 11 tonight, for those who can't wait to get a look at that report for themselves, Barnes & Noble is offering a free download. Customers with a Nook can now pre-order the ebook, and once it's available, then anyone with the app can download the book to their device. A print version will be available by the end of the month. And you can watch tomorrow's news conference with Attorney General William Barr right here on WSLS 10. It starts around 9:30. If you can't watch it on air, you can always stay up to date by downloading the 10 News app or going to WSLS.com.
Noon tonight, former Virginia Governor Terry McAuliffe will not run for president in 2020. As according to 2 people close to the Democrat, as we've reported, McAuliffe has considered the decision for several months. And late last year, he appeared at campaign events in early voting states. Political analysts say McAuliffe is widely viewed as part of the party's mainstream and holds much of the same political space as former Vice President Joe Biden. The former VP has still not announced if he plans to run for president. There will be extra security at dozens of Colorado schools tomorrow after threats against those schools forced them to close today. This all comes just 3 days before the 20th anniversary of the Columbine shootings, and police say the suspect in this case took her own life. As Reed Binion shows us, the FBI is combing through her social media and checking for possible accomplices.
News of the apparent suicide of 18-year-old Sol Pais ending the search for her and bringing relief to a tense community.
I'm just glad it's come to an end.
Josh Rayburn is among the many concerned residents, but for a unique reason. He sold Pais her gun.
Haven't been able to sleep since finding out the news.
The Miami teen legally purchased a pump-action shotgun and ammunition here, making credible threats that shut down almost 20 districts. The fear spreading from Colorado.
This opens a wound, especially on an anniversary week.
To her hometown.
When stuff like this happens, because we've had like threats and stuff in the past here, like they get pretty tense.
The FBI says a long list of very unusual activity led them to Pais.
Comments that were troubling with regard to her infatuation with Columbine, things like buying 3 one-way tickets in consecutive days.
But Rayburn says she passed 2 background checks.
She did not seem nervous at all. I mean, she seemed normal.
Still, the shop owner will rethink who he sells to in the future.
I'm going to look and see what, if there could have been anything done different. I've been thinking about it nonstop.
Reed Binion, 10 News, working for you.
New at 11, 3 people face charges tonight after a drug bust in Covington. We do have some video to show you some of what police found. Authorities say they discovered about $5,000 worth of meth, $700 in cash, and supplies to distribute the drugs. Also new tonight, 2 people were arrested after police found marijuana, cash, and a loaded gun in their car. They're the 21-year-old Kane Danley and 19-year-old Hunter Good both faced charges. They were taken to the New River Valley Regional Jail.
New at 11, a Roanoke restaurant will likely be closed for a few days after a fire tonight. Reports of a fire at the TGI Fridays came in at about 7:15. No one was hurt, but Valley View Boulevard was closed for a few hours. Investigators are still working to determine what caused the fire.
New at 11 tonight, a new mountain bike trail in the Star City spells out a story of success between community leaders and some passionate people. The Flow Trail at Roanoke's Morningside Park adds another mountain biking opportunity and betters the neighborhood. 10 News reporter Shane Dwyer checked it out tonight. He joins us live in the studio with the story. Shane?
John, this is the video. I know you know. If you're into mountain biking, this is the kind of stuff that just absolutely makes you want to wake up early in the morning and get out on your bike. The new Flow Trail is a great introduction to a sport that continues to grow in popularity, and it's not only continuing to elevate Roanoke's status as a biking hub, it's also bringing new faces into a neighborhood trying to better itself.
The payoff is what it's all about, and for Ben Morgan and his friends, there's no question they've earned this ride.
Like a couple of me and my friends came and we cleaned it out and we found a bunch of like gross stuff here and like old stuff, and it's just turned into this like over a year.
That's the super short version of the story. All in all, it was 400 hours of work at Roanoke's Morningside Park. This new Flow Trail in the woods replaced what was effectively a homeless camp.
A mile-long, very beginner-friendly loop trail that's unlike anything else in the region.
That's Chris Berry of Star City Cycling. This circuit is packed full of tight curves, straightaway jumps, and challenges designed around one common thread.
We built it primarily because there was not a true beginner-friendly option available to teach kids to ride, and that's a big part of our mission.
These trails do more than just give a place to ride. Morningside Park has a whole new identity thanks to their hard work. Case in point, the Boys and Girls Club right next door.
They got very little use out of it just because it really wasn't a safe place. They've got 150 club members next door, and their entire outdoor play space consisted of about a half an acre.
Now they too can be trail setters right in their urban neighborhood, joining Ben and his friends who have the region's newest trail right at their fingertips.
Because it's so close and we would have to drive like so far to go to other fun bike parks.
Now what you just saw, that is phase 1. Phase 2 will be a more advanced downhill course in the same general area. So here is the first trail right here, the beginner loop trail, and this is where they're going to be putting in phase 2, which is an advanced skills area and progressive jump trails and a slalom course. They will be crowdfunding with Roanoke Side to get professional trail builders in to help put this all together. In the studio, Shane Dwyer, 10 News, working for you.
Is a picture worth your life? That's the question emergency responders want you to think about after a 2018 study finds selfie-related deaths are on the rise. More than 250 people around the world have died while trying to take selfies, either drowning, getting hit by trains, or falling from heights. More recently, a college student died while reportedly repositioning for a picture during a hike in Arkansas. Here at home, picturesque views are a major attraction for hikers.
Don't go as close to the edge as you would like.
Take pictures for people, because a lot of people will do the selfie over it, and you lose balance when you're looking up and down and everything.
First responders also say you need to be prepared for your hike, wear the right clothes and shoes, bring water, a charged phone, and know the route.
For those of you looking to buy a home in the Roanoke Valley, remember this, it's a seller's market right now, so if you're waiting to put an offer on a property, local realtors say don't wait too long. Kid Carter with Long & Foster says there's almost not enough homes to meet the demand. Some listings aren't even lasting a day.
If you see a house that you love, don't wait on it. Which at the same time, it's kind of a double-edged sword because you don't want to rush into something, especially the biggest purchase of your life.
All good advice. Roanoke Valley Association of Realtors showing 447 homes sold in March. That's a 38% increase from February.
Montgomery County's Board of Supervisors unanimously voted to give its school district a financial boost this week. The supervisors' finalized budget for the 2020 fiscal year includes $844,000 more for the Montgomery County Public Schools Operations Fund. That's on top of a planned $3 million increase. The school board pushed for the extra money so they could pay for raises, new teachers, and health care. Supervisors split a planned increase in the school district's building fund to cover the cost.
It's a never-ending process. And one thing we need to get out is the school board and the board of supervisors are working together. We may not see eye to eye on everything, but we are working together. We're trying to compromise.
Education takes up about 70% of Montgomery County's total budget. Meanwhile, Danville city manager says the city will continue to have low taxes and fund the city's schools. At last night's council meeting, people showed up in support of more funding for education, but also said they don't support tax increases. The city's proposed budget for the upcoming fiscal year includes an 8-cent real estate tax increase, a 10-cent personal property tax increase, and a cigarette tax.
If we're going to be successful, we have to have high quality education, we have to have low crime, and we have to do what we can to encourage businesses to locate in our community.
Danville superintendent says if the school district's budget has to be cut, the cuts will negatively impact students.
A celebration for all, the heartwarming reason one Easter egg hunt has people keeping their ears open and their eyes shut.
At belkandbelk.com.
New tonight, your everyday Easter egg hunt got a big twist in North Carolina at an elementary school there.
Some special eggs were able to make sure everybody could participate. That beeping sound that you hear is coming from a specially designed egg. It gives off that sound so that the kids would learn to use their ears to find the eggs.
The initiative was all to support their classmate Landon, who is blind, but all the students wore blindfolds during the hunt so they could understand what it's like.
Now I actually see how his life is, and yeah, it just makes me feel happy that he gets to do all that.
And to make it even better, STEM lab students at the middle school made the eggs. Well, making Rocky Mount a musical destination, the Harvester celebrates 5 years in business. Today, the Harvester CEO, Matt Hankins, announced that last year they did $1.8 million in business and had 32,000 paying ticket holders come through their doors. Year over year, ticket sales increased by 33%.
Just justifies the investment of time and effort and energy and love that we've already put into it, that it is paying off. To have artists referring one another saying, you've got to go play this place in Virginia.
This upcoming season will feature headliners including Ronnie Millsap, Rick Springfield, and Scott Stapp. We've posted more information at WSLS.com.
Bringing together 1 million cancer survivors. That's the goal of a mobile art canvas that's made its way to Roanoke this week. Jeremy Gorup started the 1 Million Hands Project back in December. It's inspired by his mother, who's been in remission from breast cancer for a year. Gorup says his passion project on wheels is more than just art, but a chance to create a community of survivors.
We're creating friendships for people that are in the towns that we go through. That are going to be lifelong, I'm sure, and building support systems all around the country.
The 1 Million Hand Project will be in Roanoke through Saturday. You can find times and locations posted on WSLS.com.
It was an absolutely amazing day weather-wise. Plenty of sunshine across the region. Temperatures, here's the high temperatures. 82 in Roanoke, 82 in Danville. That's the high in Lynchburg. 77 though in Blacksburg. 75 was the high in Hillsville, and it felt pretty good temperature-wise this evening. Feeling good too. 72 in Roanoke, 65 in Blacksburg, 62 in Hillsville, 65 in Danville. Overnight lows, we're going to maintain a southerly wind, so temperatures won't be as chilly. We're looking at overnight lows bottoming out in the 50s under partly to mostly cloudy skies. We're going to start off Thursday morning off with some cloud cover, but as we head into the afternoon hours, again, we're going to be dry, but we'll see more sunshine in the afternoon. Temperatures, though, topping out in the 70s and lower 80s, much like what we felt this afternoon. But on the flip side, higher humidity levels in the afternoon. That's because we have an incoming system that'll bring some rain chances come Friday. Thursday at 10 p.m. the cloud cover will be thickening up. A stray shower chance come Thursday evening, but here's the system that we're watching. Notice we have quite a few watch boxes, also a few warnings in place too across Texas, Oklahoma, and New Mexico, even all the way up towards Iowa. A whole lot of severe weather there. So on Friday, in this yellow here, which encompasses a good portion of the area, slight risk for severe weather. What we're looking for is very heavy downpours as well as damaging wind gusts. So if you have any planters out, bring them inside for Friday, as well as make sure you have everything secured outside too. So timing everything out, 11 o'clock Thursday night. A few spotty showers right along the 77 corridor and portions to the west. 11 o'clock Friday morning, rain showers will be across the region. See these yellows and the oranges along that cold front? That cold front will continue to lift to the north and east, bring us some very heavy downpours for Friday afternoon and evening. This system will continue to lift to the north and east towards the New England states. Notice by the time Saturday morning rolls around, we'll have a trough across the region, so we're still looking at spotty rain showers on Saturday. Also for the higher elevations, can't rule out some sleet pellets too, but overall not amounting to too much either. But by the time Sunday rolls around, we're going to dry things out, but we got to keep close tabs on this. 1 to 3 inches widespread. I think it could be closer to 2 to 3 inches widespread across the region. We do have a high flood threat across the area, so be sure you have a way to get some weather alerts on Friday for the potential for strong to severe thunderstorms. Thursday is looking fine. Temperatures in the 70s and lower 80s. Lower 70s on the way for Friday. We do have the potential for that strong to severe thunderstorm, so be sure to download the Storm Team 10 weather app and have that handy, a way to get some quick alerts. Lower 60s on the way for Saturday. We're looking at spotty shower chances. Lower 70s on Sunday. Looking great for sunrise services, but be sure to bring the jacket. We'll be starting things off in the 30s and lower 40s. So heads up, a little chilly start to Sunday. But hey, it won't be disappointing because temperatures will heat up in the 70s, so great for some Easter egg hunts and hanging out with the family.
Yes, and those temperatures going into next week.
Oh yeah, they keep going up.
Amazing.
Oh yeah, 80s do return.
That's a nice forecast. We'll take that. All right. How about some sports?
All right, guys, some college basketball news. Which players are staying and who are declaring for the NBA draft? And we caught up with Trey and Terrell Edmonds about being back on the same team. Sports is next.
Today.
Good news for Hokies. Landers Nolley has announced on Instagram that he will continue to play for Virginia Tech. The four-star recruit was redshirted last year and entered the transfer portal, but after talks with the new coaching staff, has decided to stay in Blacksburg. Virginia's Mamadi Diakite also took to Instagram to make an announcement today. He's the fourth Cavalier to declare for the NBA draft. He will join former teammates Ty Jerome, DeAndre Hunter, and Kyle Guy in testing the professional basketball waters. The NFL schedules came out today. The first Sunday night game on NBC is sure to be a blockbuster. The schedules were officially announced tonight at 8 p.m., but many games leaked before that, including the first Sunday night football matchup. The defending Super Bowl champs, the Patriots, will host the Steelers on September 8th. That game airs at 8:20 p.m. here on WSLS 10. Speaking of the Steelers, a few familiar faces were back in town over the weekend. Of course, we're talking about the Edmonds brothers, also known as the E-Boys. The trio of brothers, Trey, Terrell, and Tremaine, were back in Blacksburg to take in the Tech spring game alongside a number of other former Hokies. Individually, they've all made strides, and now Trey and Terrell are relishing in the fact that they are once again united on the field as Steelers.
You know, I was blessed to be a part of, I think, two of the better organizations in the National Football League. And the Steelers opened me with open arms. And Coach Tomlin, man, he's one of the best guys in the game. So I'm happy to play for him. And being up there with Terrell, man, I'm telling you, it's like being at home all over again. You know, we see each other, we live together, we do a lot together. So it's truly good.
Man, honestly, I can just say that it's a blessing. Just having the opportunity to get drafted for one, and also having an opportunity to play with my older brother on the same team. So that's just a blessing in all forms, and God's blessed my family so much. I can't thank him enough.
It'll be a sibling rivalry this fall as the Steelers will host the Bills for a home game, putting Trey and Terrell against their youngest brother, Tremaine. Between Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, and Martin Truex Jr.'s win on Saturday, Joe Gibbs Racing has won 6 out of the 9 Cup races. Former Redskins coach and JGR team owner Joe Gibbs understands that success is hard to maintain.
But I think that's the reason why you need to enjoy it in pro sports, because you know it's not going to, odds are this ain't going to keep happening. But there are times when teams get on a run and a roll, and I appreciate our guys, and certainly getting Cole and Martin on board with a win is a huge deal for us, and I know it's a huge deal for Toyota. But I also know it's very hard in pro sports to stay up there.
All right, news and notes. The Red Sox beat the Wood Ducks 5-4 after 11 innings. The Hillcats beat Potomac 7-5, and Hokies' new head basketball coach Mike Young announced he'll retain Christian Webster and add Chester Frazier and Antoine Jackson as assistants. For your not so light of the night, a man in Florida broke into a Little League concession stand and caused lots of damage. He stole money and a pack of hot dogs, but the odd thing about it was that he was naked. Really? All he had on was a hat and a towel, and a lot of damage was done, and I don't know why he would try to break into a Little League concession stand, because there's probably not a lot of gain.
Well, not a lot of money in there, and it's just wrong. You know,
it is wrong. Like,
I guess maybe he
steals from
wanted the
children?
hot dogs. I don't know. Let's just go with if he wasn't wearing any clothes, he had other issues. Probably not the best decision maker on the planet.
Yeah, it was very strange. And the fact that he was completely like nude trying to steal a Little League concession stand.
Stealing
There's
from the
so
kids.
many questions. And luckily it's in Florida. It's not close by.
Yeah.
But didn't get a whole lot out of it. So there's that. And hopefully arrested by now.
Hopefully.
Well, with that, stick with us. We will be right back.
It's a lot of water.
Carl's Jr. is giving new meaning to the phrase Rocky Mountain High. On Saturday, which is 4/20, the fast food chain will cook up a burger with a special sauce made from cannabis oil. The cheeseburger will only be sold for 1 hour in Denver on Saturday. And while it is just a one-day special, the chain is testing out the menu item to possibly expand it. The company does caution that consumers should not expect any of the possible health benefits of CBD from eating this burger, and that would include other benefits as well.
Right.
Yep.
Enough said.
Not available in Roto.
There you go. Only in Denver for an hour. Tonight's show with Jimmy Fallon coming up next.
The news continues tomorrow morning with Virginia.